The Whitworth Hall, with seating for over 1,000, is used for large gatherings and university ceremonials, such as the conferment of degrees. The degree ceremony opens with a procession led by 2 students carrying wands with lictors' badges. These badges were presented to the university in 1926 by Thomas Brown and Sons. The serpent is the crest of the Duke of Devonshire, the first president of Owens College. The rising sun is pure symbolism for growing enlightenment, leading to the Latin inscription Arduus ad solem, striving to the sun. An alternative northern translation might be, you don't get out for nout. The Latin inscription on the other badge is Honestas optima politia. Honesty is the best policy. The group following the leaders consists of representatives from the Committee of Convocation, teaching and administrative staff of the university, and heads of halls of residence. Convocation is the body of university graduates and current academic staff. A second group, led by student stewards carrying wands, follows with representatives from Court, the supreme governing body of the university, and Senate, the academic body responsible for exams, teaching and research. Also in this group are the academics who will present the graduands for their awards. Next in the procession comes a student bearing the mace, which is made of solid silver. The main body of the head is decorated in applied gold, with the arms of the university. Of the former Victoria University, Owens College Manchester, University College Liverpool and Yorkshire College Leeds, and the City of Manchester. Busy bees, a feature of the crest of the Manchester City Arms, and the double rose, representing the Union of Lancaster and York, are also applied in gold. The serpent from the Duke of Devonshire's arms completes Mr. Leslie Durbin's design of the mace. The mace bearer leads the Vice-Chancellor, or one of the Pro-Vice-Chancellors, who is the presiding officer of the ceremony and who will present the degrees on behalf of the university. The procession is completed by the registrar, or his representative. All the students taking part in the procession are volunteers from the university student body. The ceremony closes with the Latin quotation Salva sit universitas, nostra Mancuniensis, hoc precantis consugamus, which translates to, Long live our University of Manchester. So saying, let us stand.
Good morning. Welcome to the University of Manchester. My name is Philip Gummett, one of the Pro-Vice-Chancellors. It's my pleasure to greet you today and to say that it is indeed a real pleasure to see you all here, graduands, families and friends. It's a special pleasure to see families and friends because being a student is not easy. It needs a lot of support, financial support, moral support, sometimes from parents, sometimes, especially in the case of the ever-growing number of older students, from partners and from children who need to show understanding when their parents are occupied with their studies. So it's good to see you all here today to share in this special occasion. Let me first congratulate our graduands. We're here to celebrate with you the outcome of your dedication and hard work to achieve the degree which will be awarded to you today. And it is hard work. People sometimes think the life of a student is all play. It does have its lighter moments. But without serious effort and sustained hard work, backed up by the skill and devotion of the staff who've taught or supervised you, very little can be achieved. So we congratulate you most warmly on your achievement. In graduating today, you'll join the wider fellowship of the University of Manchester. And that's a large and proud body of people. We hope you'll keep in touch with us, and one way to do that is through the Alumnus Association. So when you receive the information that should reach you soon from the association, please do respond. And don't forget either that you can continue to make use of the services of our careers service even after today. They're a very enterprising group. They've used funding from BT to develop a website that you can continue to access from wherever you find yourself in the future. And you might like to know that a recent survey of recruiters of graduates has just voted our careers service the best in the UK for the second year running. They do excellent work, not just in the traditional role of advice about jobs that you may have encountered, but also through engagement with departments in the curriculum to help develop career-related skills. And that's something that's likely to become even more important in the future, and in which we're already a leader. So if you don't make use yourself of the careers service, be aware they might come after you because they're increasingly trying to tap into the experience of our recent graduates to help improve the quality of the service to our future graduates. The fellowship of our alumni is large because this is a large institution. In business terms, we have to say it's a big business, with a turnover of £250 million. It's one of the largest employers in the city of Manchester. We've currently got over 20,000 students, not counting those on continuing education courses or in affiliated institutions. And we have a student body which is strongly international. Students from every continent and from 130 countries, almost every country in the world. And to those of you who've travelled from other countries to be here today, let me offer a very special welcome. This is a university that's approaching its 150th birthday, with many great achievements to its credit. It would be easy to recite a long list, going back perhaps to work by Rutherford on atomic structures in the early years of the century that led to the splitting of the atom. Just last month, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of the birth of the first stored program computer, the true ancestor of the modern computer, here in this university, about 100 yards behind where we're standing, an invention which changed our lives in ways that could not be imagined at the time. And we had some rather fine celebrations at the Bridgewater Hall, a concert by the Halle Orchestra, with a new symphony composed for the occasion by one of our music students, and no less than 10 major computer conferences in Manchester during that week. If you've got time, you could go just up the road here to the museum and see the exhibition on the birth of the baby, as the first computer was christened. And if you have even more time, go into the city centre to the Museum of Science and Industry, where there's a full-scale working replica of that computer now on permanent display. But rather than just dwell on past developments, let me mention a few current ones in research and teaching and related matters. Though one of these takes me straight back to computing, and the news hot off the press that the next generation British national supercomputer is going to be built here in the university. So that will maintain Manchester's position as the leader in the UK in this field. But that's not the only new thing that's going on. At one end of our campus, you can see construction work. on what we call the Biosciences Incubator, an £11 million investment with support from the European Union and private industry to build a facility to launch new biotechnology products. It's part of a programme to keep our biosciences at the leading edge of research. And we're also leaders in that field in teaching, as was recognised just over a year ago by the award of the Queen's Anniversary Prize for Higher and Further Education in recognition of exceptional work in that field in the university. And in the same area, we're leaders too in thinking through the social implications of modern biology. We have, in cooperation with various other local organisations, an institution for medicine, law and bioethics that brings together lawyers, philosophers, doctors, bioscientists and social scientists to discuss the many social issues raised by advances in biology. If you go to the other end of the campus, you can see being assembled there what will be, we trust, one of the strongest business schools in Europe, combining our existing Manchester Business School, parts of the Faculty of Economic and Social Studies, and the School of Management at our sister institution, UMIST, to establish the Manchester Federal School of Business. You can see some building work, also with EU funding behind it, just beyond the Precinct Centre, opposite the Royal Northern College of Music. One fruit of that collaboration has already been won in the form of a major research centre into issues of innovation and competitiveness, funded by the Economic and Social Research Council. That grant reinforces the position of Manchester as the leading concentration of social scientists in the UK, which I hope some of our graduates today have noticed. Just next to the Federal School site, by the way, we'll start before long on a joint project with the city and neighbouring universities to build a new swimming pool for the Commonwealth Games in 2002, which will afterwards be a valuable asset for our students and staff. Now, that all sounds very buoyant, and so it is. But it's worth adding that all of this is being done at a time of profound change in the higher education system. Across Britain as a whole, the number of full-time higher education students increased by almost 70% between 1989 and 1995. 1 in 3 young people now enter higher education, compared with 1 in 6 in 1989. But while the number of students went up by 70%, public funding for universities went down by 25%. So the result has been massive pressure on universities to try to maintain standards with sharply reduced resources. And they've done this, not just here but all other universities, by heroic efforts on the parts of their staff, especially when in some subjects now, student-staff ratios are higher than in schools. The outcome, put in different terms, is equivalent to a productivity increase that's been twice the average for the service sector as a whole throughout that period. And that's an achievement that should give pause for thought to those people, perhaps outside the university and education sector generally, especially those who compare the world of education with another world that we sometimes hear described, the real world, or the world of work, as if that's somewhere else. A productivity increase twice the average of the service sector as a whole feels pretty real and pretty much like work to the people who've been achieving it. How far the new funding system that we're just moving into will alleviate the situation remains to be seen. Even as we meet here today, we're waiting for the announcement of the government's plans for public spending for the next 3 years. And within that, the matter of the future of further and higher education will be of vital importance. Well, against that background, we're here today to recognise the achievements of our graduates. Higher education, we could say, is about developing analytical skills and about the practical application of intelligence. The graduates here today should be proud of their achievements in these respects and proud to be associated with the university. Let me end by repeating to our graduates that I hope you'll keep in touch, and I wish you all well for a pleasant day today and for whatever follows hereafter. And now let's move on to the part of the proceedings that you came for.
Mr. Pro-Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economic and Social Studies with honours, Adam Philip Butchler.
Adam, congratulations.
Lisa Burnett.
Lisa, congratulations.
Kirsty Joanne Campbell.
Kirsty, congratulations.
Andrew Paul Chapman.
Andrew, congratulations.
Asad Haq Chowdhury.
Asad, congratulations.
Rachel Lucy Ann Child.
Rachel, congratulations.
Catherine Jane Clapp.
Catherine, congratulations.
James Richard Davis.
James, congratulations.
Kelly Derrigan.
Kelly, congratulations.
Shaheen Bibi Dalu.
Shaheen, congratulations.
Jodie Goodall.
Jodie, congratulations.
Sadia Haider.
Sadia, congratulations.
Stylianos Andrea Ioannidis.
Ilianos, congratulations.
Christine Elaine Johnson.
Kristen, congratulations.
David Gwyn Jones.
David, congratulations.
Angela Lei Mun Lee.
Angela, congratulations.
Ka Ping Liu.
Abing, congratulations.
Michelle Liao.
Michelle, congratulations.
Ahmad Abbas Dato Abdul Mukhtar.
Congratulations.
Ernie Abdul Aziz.
Congratulations.
Jenny Louise Ainsworth.
Jenny, congratulations.
Andreas Antoniadis.
Antonias, congratulations.
Kwaku Apiamenka.
Kwaku, congratulations.
Andrew Michael John Armstrong.
Andrew, congratulations.
Louis Kofi Arn.
Louis, congratulations.
Lee John Orger.
Lee, congratulations.
Catherine Emma Back.
Catherine, congratulations.
Mark Bale.
Mark, congratulations.
Cressida Catherine Baird.
Cressida, congratulations.
Timothy David Barnard.
Timothy, congratulations.
Julie Elizabeth Barnes.
Julie, congratulations.
Simon Andrew Barnes.
Simon, congratulations.
Mark James Beaumont.
Mark, congratulations.
Helen Joan Berry.
Helen, congratulations.
Monuara Bibi.
Monuara, congratulations.
Virginia Claire Binns.
Virginia, congratulations.
Thomas Birch.
Thomas, congratulations.
Simon Andrew Blee.
Simon, congratulations.
Suzanne Bramer.
Suzanne, congratulations.
Joanne Marie Brown.
Joanne, congratulations.
Robert Neil Burton.
Robert, congratulations.
Yvonne Byrne.
Yvonne, congratulations.
Leslie Ann Chadwick.
Leslie, congratulations.
Kamran Qayyum Chowdhury.
Kamran, congratulations.
Kok Keong Chen.
Scott, congratulations.
Mai Yin Cheong.
Ian, congratulations.
William Cheung.
William, congratulations.
Wai Siang Gary Chua.
Sam, congratulations.
Christopher Collingridge.
Christopher, congratulations.
Nadine Josie Collins.
Nadine, congratulations.
Richard Paul Cook.
Richard, congratulations.
Matthew Bryan Cook.
Matthew, congratulations.
Wendy Elizabeth Cooper.
Wendy, congratulations.
Marcus Paul Corner.
Marcus, congratulations.
Karen Leslie Crompton.
Karen, congratulations.
Joanna Cumming.
Joanna, congratulations.
Louisa Elizabeth Dorr.
Louisa, congratulations.
Stephen Peter Day.
Stephen, congratulations.
Nicola de Boer.
Nicola, congratulations.
James George Doyle.
James, congratulations.
Ryan Joseph Emmett.
Ryan, congratulations.
Chin Lung Simon Fong.
Tim, congratulations.
Su Wai Fu.
CY, congratulations.
Oliver Daniel Gadney.
Oliver, congratulations.
Jeremy Daniel Galorn.
Jeremy, congratulations.
Andrew John Gale.
Andrew, congratulations.
Susanna Louise Gale.
Susanna, congratulations.
Sarah Jane Gaydon.
Sarah, congratulations.
Paul Kenneth Googe.
Paul, congratulations.
Julie Patricia Gray.
Julie, congratulations.
Dimitris George Hadjigeorgiou.
Dimitris, congratulations.
Ben Hales.
Ben, congratulations.
Izarul Hafiz Hasnawi.
Is that all? Congratulations.
Michael John Hayward.
Michael, congratulations.
Gary Philip Horn.
Gary, congratulations.
Benjamin Horsley.
Benjamin, congratulations.
Robert Stephen Hughes.
Robert, congratulations.
Thomas Rimington Ilsley.
Thomas, congratulations.
Sarah Elizabeth Inglis.
Sarah, congratulations.
Tan Wa Ip.
Tan, congratulations.
Sufyan Ismail.
Sufyan, congratulations.
Brian Edward Jackson.
Brian, congratulations.
Nicola Laura Jackson.
Nico, congratulations.
Simon James Jackson.
Simon, congratulations.
Joanna Mary Jefferson.
Joanna, congratulations.
Oliver Charles Jerome.
Oliver, congratulations.
David Mark Johnson.
David, congratulations.
Christopher Robert William Jones.
Christopher, congratulations.
Gareth Robert Linton Jones.
Gareth, congratulations.
Jonathan Wynne Jones.
Jonathan, congratulations.
Frances Elizabeth Ann Kirk.
Francis, congratulations.
Adabimpi Nurat Ladoja.
Adabimpi, congratulations.
Y. Lee Doreen Lamb.
Riley, congratulations.
Ka Ying Lee.
Kaiyun, congratulations.
Mai Yi Lee.
Mai, congratulations.
Sukming Jessica Lee.
Sukming, congratulations.
Joyce Shaw Yi Leong.
Joyce, congratulations.
Anthony George Leung Shing.
Anthony, congratulations.
Timothy John Layden.
Timothy, congratulations.
Priscilla Man Chu Lee.
Priscilla, congratulations.
George Edward Livingston.
George, congratulations.
E. Ran Low.
Iran, congratulations.
Nicholas Andrew Lyon.
Nicholas, congratulations.
Maslina Abdullah.
Maslina, congratulations.
Shilpika Acharya.
Pika, congratulations.
Yasser Ahmad.
Yasser, congratulations.
Rizwana Arshad.
Rizwana, congratulations.
Sean John Ashton.
Sean, congratulations.
Brendan Baker.
Brendan, congratulations.
Jane Louise Claire Baker.
Jane, congratulations.
Michael Barton.
Michael, congratulations.
Ariel Samuel Belilo.
Ariel, congratulations.
Mary Ann Louise Boyd.
Mary, congratulations.
Neil Duncan Brown.
Neil, congratulations.
Paul Jamie Castle.
Paul, congratulations very much.
Alec Tez Loon Chan.
Alec, congratulations.
Carol Ann Kirkett.
Carol, congratulations.
Mark Justin Coates.
Mark, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Janine Alexandra Davis.
Janine, congratulations.
Alistair Stephen Duke.
Alistair, congratulations.
Marcello Malheiro Fazio.
Marcello, congratulations.
Doreen Gann.
Doreen, congratulations.
Rilwan Abimbola Gabadamuzi.
Rilwan, congratulations.
Zafina Ghazali.
Zafina, congratulations.
Mita Gozai.
Mita, congratulations.
Sarah Carolyn Gosney.
Sarah, congratulations.
Carolyn Ellen Patricia Greer.
Carolyn, congratulations.
Marios Georgios Hadjidamianu.
Marios, congratulations.
Theodros Tades Hajos.
Theodros, congratulations.
Adam Hemming.
Adam, congratulations.
Saping Amanda Heng.
Soping, congratulations.
Sinping Gloria Ho.
Simping, congratulations.
Sarah Holland.
Sarah, congratulations.
Sarah Hyams.
Sarah, congratulations.
Sandra Denise Jackson.
Sandra, congratulations.
Syed Mohammed Jafar.
Syed, congratulations.
Paul Daniel Keegan.
Paul, congratulations.
Mark Anthony Roy Kemp.
Mark, congratulations.
Omar Khalid.
Omar, congratulations.
Asim Khan.
Asim, congratulations.
Saad Ullah Khan.
Syed, congratulations.
Archana Kimazia.
Archana, congratulations.
Joanna Lang.
Joanna, congratulations.
Jeremy David Last.
Jeremy, congratulations.
Ming Fui Liu.
Inky, congratulations.
Hui Fen Lim.
Rufen, congratulations.
Xiao Sing Lim.
Justin, congratulations.
Sarah Joanne Long.
Sarah, congratulations.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economic and Social Studies with distinction, Neil Michael John Collins.
Neil, congratulations.
Lisa Marie Johnston.
Lisa, congratulations.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economic and Social Studies, Yat C. Alvina Chu.
Atsu, congratulations.
Jonathan Charles Cook.
Jonathan, congratulations.
Olonwiwa Jamudu.
Congratulations.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economic and Social Studies, Anne Louise Green.
And Louise, congratulations.
Anne Georgina Thompson.
And congratulations.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Economic Science with honours, David Christopher Offer.
David, congratulations.
Sean Gregory Filippo.
Sean, congratulations.
Gemma Baranguan.
Gemma, congratulations.
Sarah Jane Emery.
Sarah, congratulations.
Daniel Simon Green.
Daniel, congratulations.
Nihar Shah.
Neha, congratulations.
Sandip Sharma.
Sandip, congratulations.
Jonty Marshall Barron.
Jonty, congratulations.
Richard Hutton.
Richard, congratulations.
Michael Ian Riddell.
Michael, congratulations.
Michael David Robson.
Michael, congratulations.
Chetan Chauhan.
Chetan, congratulations.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Economic Science, Christopher John Harper.
Christopher, congratulations.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Social Science with honours in politics, Helen Mary Beck.
Helen, congratulations.
Elora Chaman Chowdhury.
Elora, congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Daniel Simon Eld.
Daniel, congratulations.
Carla Patricia Elaine Finney.
Carla, congratulations.
Damien Edmund Harrington.
Damien, congratulations.
Alexander Edward Nunn.
Alexander, congratulations.
Clelia Helena Rontoyani.
Clelia, congratulations. Tremendous.
Ben George John Ruffles.
Ben, congratulations.
Shazia Mariam Akhtar.
Shazia, congratulations.
Catherine Ann Kaur.
Catherine, congratulations.
Deborah Jane Fraser.
Deborah, congratulations.
Jonathan Edward Huxley.
Jonathan, congratulations.
Marie Ann Jones.
Marie, congratulations.
Thomas Matthew Levine.
Thomas, congratulations.
Andrew Philip Richard Morse.
Andrew, congratulations.
Rachel Nelms.
Rachel, congratulations.
Benjamin John Paul.
Benjamin, congratulations.
Georgina Lucy Pickard.
Georgina, congratulations.
Anne Fiona McLaughlin.
Anne, congratulations.
Xavier Joyce Morby.
Xavier, congratulations.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Social Science with honours in Social Policy, Helen Elizabeth Beckett.
Helen, congratulations.
Arabella Campbell.
Arabella, congratulations.
Heather Rose.
Heather, congratulations.
Nancy Stonier.
Nancy, congratulations.
Ruth Elizabeth Barker.
Ruth, congratulations.
Julie Margaret Benjamin.
Julie, congratulations.
Barbara Ann Brierley.
Barbara, congratulations.
Matthew Capper.
Matthew, congratulations.
Ruth Catherine Double.
Ruth, congratulations.
Agnes Christine Dunphy.
Agnes, congratulations.
Alison Jane Durkin.
Alison, congratulations.
Nicola Jane Haywood.
Nicola, congratulations.
Rachel Anna Claire Hollins.
Rachel, congratulations.
Sarah Edwina Meller.
Sarah, congratulations.
Emma Jane Pattison.
Emma, congratulations.
Becky Salmon.
Becky, congratulations.
Adele Searle.
Adele, congratulations.
Joanne Miriam Spinney.
Okay, congratulations.
Caroline Ann Stavely.
Caroline, congratulations.
Nicola Joanne Thompson.
Nicola, congratulations.
Karen Julie Titheridge.
Karen, congratulations.
Lucy-Ann Tomlinson.
Lucy-Ann, congratulations.
Alexandra Helen Turner.
Alexandra, congratulations.
Helen Vincent.
Helen, congratulations.
Stuart Richard Went.
Stuart, congratulations.
Susan Otema Yar Ampor.
Susan, congratulations.
Jean Elizabeth Buxton.
Jean, congratulations.
Steve John Oyaf Henson.
Steve, congratulations.
Barry Phillips.
Barry, congratulations.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Social Science in Social Policy, Colette Samantha Bradshaw.
Colette, congratulations.
Salva sit Universitas Nostra Mancuniensis hoc precantis consugamus.